Hello, my friends. So today we are continuing the series on Deepak Chopra's The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success. And today's law is called the Law of Least Effort. So the fourth spiritual law of success, the law of least effort, is based on the fact that nature's intelligence functions with effortless ease, with carefreeness, harmony, and love. So this is the principle of do less and achieve more. And he goes on to talk about when we observe nature at work, we realize that the least amount of effort is always expended in order for nature to accomplish its tasks. So for instance, grass doesn't try to grow, it just grows. Fish don't have to try to swim, they just swim. The sun doesn't try to shine, it just shines. And it's also within human nature to have our dreams manifest into physical form. And so what we think of as a miracle is really actually the expression of this law, the law of least effort is what he says. So the least effort is expended when our actions are motivated out of love. And when we seek power and control over other people, we're basically spending our energy in a wasteful way. He goes on to say we waste our energy chasing the illusion of happiness instead of enjoying happiness in the moment. Attention to the whims of the ego consumes the greatest amount of energy. But when our internal reference point is our spirit, our actions are motivated by love, and there is no waste of energy. So what we need to understand is that this law, the law of least effort, really ties back to the first law, the law of pure potentiality, and it's based upon an understanding of who we are at our very core, our essential nature. Our essential nature is one and the same with the field of infinite potential, the very unmanifest ground of all creation, what we could even think of as God. And so when we realize that, then we realize that everything flows for us when we are aligned with that understanding of who we are. There's no need to force life to do what we want it to do. When we feel like we are at odds with others around us, at odds with circumstances, at odds with what we think our fate or destiny is, we're constantly fighting against life. And that is an expenditure of energy that just comes down to a wastage. And so if we really want to access this law, the law of least effort, he says the first thing that we want to do is to accept people, situations, and events the way they are, not as you wish they were in this moment. So a lot of times we're basically just rebelling against life. We don't like the way things are, the way things are showing up for us. But this actual encouragement here to accept all things, all people, all situations as they are, is a complete trust in not only just God, but our connection to God. And so when we realize that we don't need to fight against what is happening, then we realize that we can allow pure potential to flow through us. It's not a matter of making it happen, but it's just a matter of allowing it to happen. He says the second thing to do is to take responsibility for your situation and for all the events that we see as problems. And so when he says take responsibility, it's very sort of instructional, or it's very eye-opening to really think of what that word responsibility means. And he goes on to say that responsibility means the ability to have a creative response to the situation as it is now. So think of it as response, ability, the ability to respond. So all problems, as he says, contain the seeds of opportunity. And this awareness allows you to take the moment and transform it into a better situation. And this is linked back to the previous law, the law of karma, when we talk about the fact that karma is both action and the results of actions. So the results of past actions have brought us to a place where we are now living through what can be called our karma. And so fighting against that is failing to learn the lessons that life is trying to teach us. And so when we see that we have the seeds of opportunity evident within every situation, even through the situations that we would not necessarily prefer, then we can transform all situations into positive ones by taking the response ability upon ourselves. So he goes on to say that there's a third way to put the law of least effort into action, and that is to practice defenselessness. So this means, he says, relinquishing the need to convince others of your point of view. So by doing this, you gain access, he says, to enormous amounts of energy that have previously been wasted. So to briefly recap, in order to access the law of least effort, the first thing we need to do is accept people, circumstances, and events as they are in this present moment. So whenever we're confronted with a challenge, what he says is we want to remind ourselves of this one thing. This moment is as it should be. Because the entire universe is as it should be. The entire universe is showing up for us. And basically, if we fight against it, then we're fighting against our own nature and our ability to access the field of pure potential that is our nature. So the second way that we can access this law of least effort is to take responsibility for your situation without blaming anything or anyone, including yourself. So every problem is an opportunity to take this moment and transform it into something else. If we can take the responsibility, remember the word responsibility can be split up into response and ability. The ability to respond to life in the way that it's showing up for us right now. And the third way for us to access this law, the law of least efforts, is to relinquish the need to defend ourselves and our points of view. So in defenselessness, he says, you remain open to all points of view, not rigidly attached to one of them. So there you have it, my friend, the law of least effort. Remember, we don't want to fight against life. There's no need to defend ourselves. All we need to do is let go and let God. And success is guaranteed for those who are able to just allow the flow of life to take them along with their intentions firmly planted once we really understand who we are at our core. If you got any value from the video, please hit the like button. If you want to be informed when new videos come out, subscribe to the channel and share the video if you think that someone else can get some sort of value from the video as well. Have yourself a great day. I'll see you in the next video.